Hello Leos, and welcome to your reading for December 2018. How exciting! I love Leo readings because I'm a Leo too. So let's get into it and see if this is of use to you all. Okay, so there are 5 cards that I chose for you that I chose through the messages of the universe, I would say, that came out for you guys. So the first card is about your past energy, and that was the Chariot. The second card being about current issues and or the current situation that you're in now in December. Third card represents possible obstacles for you guys, or for us, in December. Fourth card, possible helpful tools of use in December for Leos. And the fifth card, I haven't even been reading them out. So it's the Chariot, second card, 10 of Wands, third card, 2 of Wands, fourth card, possible helpful tools, 9 of Coins, or otherwise known as 9 of Pentacles, and the fifth card is the outcome for December, and that was the 3 of Cups. And the final card that I like to pull from a deck called the Dreamtime Reading Cards, based on Aboriginal Australian Dreamtime, mythology, images, spirituality. So the overall theme for you guys based on that card is called Bushfire, which is about rebirth. I'm just going to tweak it because it's slightly crooked and it's driving me crazy. There we go. So I'm just going to get into the reading now. So I really hate introductions that go on and on and on. So the past energy for Leos, where you guys have come from, is the Chariot. So the Chariot represents a journey, can represent a journey, and moving forward with youthful energy. Can be about an ordeal, it can be about competition, ambition, conquest. I guess it can be a positive or negative card depending on where it sits in a reading. Can also be about determination and willpower, driving, actual act of driving if you've been on some sort of journey that has involved driving somewhere. And the Chariot can also be about heading towards victory despite the odds. So that's quite a positive thing. It could also mean, however, things moving a little too quickly, as you may want to say, beat the competition or get where you're going in a hurry, or things have been very busy and rushed for you guys, and you need to perhaps try to balance that with balance that intense energy with a bit of logic and a bit of slowing down. So current issues and situations, the card that came up for you guys was the 10 of Wands. 10s represent the end of a cycle, usually. The 10 of Wands card is certainly a heavy card. It's sort of about stress, responsibility, success and honours, sort of, but at a price, really being weighed down and burdened, carrying a heavy load, fulfilling obligations whilst sort of being under pressure from those obligations, carrying that weight around on your shoulders, striving towards deadlines, having a lot of pressure on you, and really needing to reduce that pressure. So what I kind of took from those first 2 cards is that perhaps you guys have been on a journey or coming through some sort of competition or conquest, or what felt like one. What has felt like a bit of an uphill battle, or just the drudgery and effort of the year. Maybe it's been a really challenging year. I know it's been a very challenging year for me personally, but it's also about beating the odds, and we've got to the end of the year. If you're still here and healthy, well done us. But it's really taken its toll, and you now feel a lot of you feel quite burdened by this responsibility. You've reached some success, travelling at a certain pace, but it has come at a price. So the need to release some pressure and burden and to take care of yourself is really evident now. I think that would apply for many of us, really. Possible obstacles, so that's the 3rd card, and for that came out the 2 of Wands. So the 2 of Wands is about comparing. It's about shifting focus from to one thing. So looking ahead, planning ahead, the future, making decisions. Obviously it's a 2. Which one do I pick? Can be about progress, discovery, being a bit restless, being a bit bored, looking ahead but kind of thinking the grass is always greener, and being quite dissatisfied with where you are now. and game can sometimes be about tossing up individual success versus sort of being in a team or being in some sort of codependent situation. Like, do you go this way, do you go that way, do you sort of go out on your own, do you stay where you've been? Having a bit of a dilemma, but really about planning ahead, looking to the future and really questioning that, I suppose, and exploring that. The fourth card that came up, possible helpful tools right now, is the Nine of Coins or the Nine of Pentacles. So that's a really lovely card. It's about abundance, material comforts, sort of relishing in things that you have acquired along the way, really positive things, physical, material, tangible objects, you know, money, a house, the things that you own. This card can be about sense of self-worth and very much about safety and security, feeling stable. It's also about long-term planning and what you have gained and perhaps where you want to go, but really sort of sitting back now and enjoying so the fruits of your labour, perhaps. So what I was thinking, certainly in relation to the Two of Wands cards, which is a possible obstacle, and say you are feeling a bit restless, looking ahead, thinking the greener pastures are over there. You know, the grass is always greener, but hey, the grass is greener where you water it, of course. So with the Nine of Coins being next to that, being helpful, and the Nine of Coins can also certainly be about gratitude and being really thankful for where you are, thankful that you have some damn grass in front of you and that you have what you have, even if you constantly feel like it's never enough and I always want more and never being satisfied. Perhaps a good option and solution is to be grateful where you are now, what you have, appreciate your current situation, any stability that you have, while still looking ahead, planning those long-term goals, but staying present and thankful for what exists now. So kind of holding those two in mind. That's what I'm taking from those two cards. The final card, the outcome, is the Three of Cups. Yay! Which is a beautiful card of celebration, of happy gatherings, social activities, group efforts, victory, parties, problems being resolved, support from those around you, which I think is a fantastic way to end the year. Who doesn't love a bit of a party? Especially if you're a Leo. Some Leos really love the limelight, even if you're a bit of an introverted Leo. So what I take from that being at the end and being sort of the outcome for December for Leos is that it has been a heavy year with a lot of activity on, whether you want it to be or not. Feeling quite burdened, having had a lot of responsibility, questioning things now, kind of being in a place towards the end of the year of going, where do I want to go from here? You know, what has worked, what hasn't worked this year? How can I change it? Do I want to change it? I'm grateful for what I have now, and I also want to look ahead and see what I can do differently, and kind of really celebrating making it to the end of the damn year as well. So finally, the card I chose from the Dreamtime reading cards, which I take as a bit of a oracle deck, is Bushfire. And I tend to like to show these cards because they're absolutely beautiful dot paintings, Aboriginal Australian dot paintings, such fine detail, just incredible. Bushfire, which is about rebirth. So what I'm going to do is actually read from the booklet that comes with the deck about what bushfire and rebirth means as an overall theme. So traditionally, Aboriginal Australians used fire as a tool for managing their country. They often travelled around their country based on where food was available during a season. When they were finished in an area, it was often set ablaze. This was for a number of reasons. First, a lot of native eucalyptus trees need fire to germinate their seeds. Second, the clearing of the undergrowth creates new growth and ensures clear, fresh grounds for wallabies and kangaroos to graze on. This is how Aboriginal Australians managed the land they lived on for thousands of years. When you draw the bushfire card, it is a time of powerful cleansing. The apparent devastation that occurs is also very much needed and is symbolic of your own cycles of life and death. You have been given the chance to start your own cleansing fire and to send it in the direction it is most needed. Allow it to burn the areas of your life you need to let go of, those which have become unmanageable and no longer offer you inspiration and growth, which I think fits so well with this reading in terms of perhaps a bit of a heavy load this year, really choosing to let that go. So this card symbolises life cycles, new birth and rejuvenation. The eucalyptus or gum trees are like the phoenix. They rise from the ashes with a spectacular colour and grace, as will you. Allow that which is no longer needed to be cleansed away so you can fill your world with what is fresh and green and fertile. Oh my gosh, that makes me really emotional reading that. What a beautiful card, a beautiful way to end the year, I think. So look, I hope this reading has been useful for you all. If not, that's totally fine. Take what you like and leave the rest. Sometimes I could watch a reading from one reader 1 month and go, oh my god, that was amazing, and then the next month I'm like, that totally didn't resonate at all. Have a look elsewhere. Listen to some of the other amazing YouTube readers if this one has not been of use to you. If it has, you know what to do. And look, I wish you all the best for the end of the year and this holiday season. If you are celebrating that, stay safe and well, and I'll see you all next year. Bye bye.